the day 80 men fought 1,000 pirates, the Cagayan Battles. In the heart of the 16th century, a remarkable series of events unfolded in the waters of the Philippines. The 1582 Cagayan Battles, a testament to the clash of cultures, strategies, and valor. In the vast expanse of the open sea, where the Spanish forces under the command of Captain Juan Pablo de Cagayan prepared to face an unforeseen challenge. A formidable group of 1,000 wokou, led by the notorious Tayfusa. These were not just any adversaries. The wokou, often referred to as Japanese pirates, were feared across the seas for their ruthlessness and unparalleled skill in naval combat. Around 1573, the Japanese began to exchange gold for silver on the Philippine island of Luzon, especially in the Cagayan Valley around the modern-day province of Cagayan, Manila, and Pangasinan, specifically the Lingayen area. In 1580, however, a ragtag group of pirates forced the natives of Cagayan into submission. These raiders were called wokou and had been previously fought by the Chinese Jiaojing Emperor. In response, the Governor-General of the Philippines Gonzalo Ronquillo commissioned Juan Pablo de Cagayan, Hidalgo, and a captain of the Spanish Navy, to deal with the piracy. Cagayan took the initiative and shelled a wokou ship in the South China Sea, removing it from action. A retaliation came from Tayfusa, who sailed toward the Philippine archipelago with a fleet. The Spanish, led by the resilient Cagayan, were determined to protect their territories. Their forces comprised European soldiers and sailors, trained and ready to face the impending threat. As they passed the Cape Bojeter, the Spanish flotilla encountered a heavy wokou sampan. It had recently arrived at the coast, and its sailors abused the native population. Cagayan, although outnumbered by the wokou, engaged in a naval battle with the sampan, eventually boarding it. Though initially successful, the Spanish soldiers were repelled back to their ship, whose deck became a battlefield. Eventually, the Spanish turned the battle again in their favor by improvising a parapet with Spanish pikemen at the front and arquebusiers and musketeers at the rear, thanks to the well-timed reinforcement of the rest of the fleet. The wokou abandoned the ships and swam away, with some drowning due to the weight of their armor. The Spanish had suffered their first casualties, among them the galley's captain Pedro Lucas. The wokou, under the shadowy leadership of Tayfusa, fought with a ferocity that spoke volumes of their reputation. Their attacks, swift and lethal, challenged the Spanish at every turn. The flotilla continued down the Cagayan River, finding a fleet of 18 sampans and a wokou fort erected inland. The Spanish fleet forced their way through using artillery and disembarked on shore. They dug in, assembling the artillery unloaded from the galleon in the trenches, and continually bombarded the pirates. The wokou decided to negotiate a surrender, and Cagayan ordered them to leave Luzon. The pirates asked for gold in compensation for the losses they would suffer if they left, which was denied outright by Cagayan. After this, the wokou decided to attack by land with a force of some 600 strong. The Spanish trenches, crewed by soldiers and sailors, endured a first assault, then another. In response to their pikes being seized by the wokou soldiers, the Spanish oiled the shafts of their pikes to make them difficult to grasp. The Spanish ran low on gunpowder by the third attack, which became a close-quarters fight that almost breached the trenches. Finally, with the wokou assaults diminishing, the Spanish emerged from the trenches and attacked, routing the remaining wokou. They then plundered the wokou weapons left on the battlefield, which included katanas and armor, and kept them as trophies. With the region pacified and the arrival of reinforcements, Cagayan founded the city of Nueva Segovia, now Lalo. The pirate activity was sparse afterward, although the impression left by the fierceness of the battle led the local Spanish viceroy to request more troops. The commercial activity near Cagayan was focused in Lingayen Bay, in Pangasinan, on the port of Agu and consisted principally of deerskin trade. Did you enjoy the video? Subscribe to learn more about history and its worth-telling tales.